and I am in the Bears roster, and I want to go through a couple things. And first thing, what you want to look at is positions. So when you're going through your positions, you want to understand that a player is not just accustomed to just one position. So when you're talking about guys like mostly, okay, let's say James Daniels came out of Iowa as a center. You can easily move him to center, and he's a 76. So that's what he's accustomed to. But as you see, Madden fills you in with the best overall. So that's how to get the most out of a player. But in terms of breaking out, you want to look at, okay, so a guy like Anthony Miller, who's a star, you don't want to have him low like this. What you want to do with a guy like this, that's a slot receiver like this, what you want to do is actually move him to the slot position. And you see that here. What you're going to want to do is move him up. But you guys see what I'm saying? You're going to want to put him, go in the depth chart, put him as your number 3. For some reason, it's not letting me do it. There it is. Okay, we got it. Anthony Miller now is your number 3. So that's what you want in your franchise. So if you want to get the most out of your player, that's what it's going to take to break out with a player. You know, it might not always work out like this, but this is what it takes. Also, okay, that's for that. You want to be able to put players where you're going to maximize them. So you want to put a receiver that has the potential to break out. You know, this is prediction based, but put him in your slot for sure. Slot receivers go off. That's first off. Okay, for quarterbacks and stuff like that, or just really any player in particular, you're gonna want to understand what players actually play good in simulation. So Mitch Trubisky actually plays phenomenal in simulation for those who actually, in terms of simulation. So that's what it takes for a breakout quarterback or just any breakout player in Madden. And if you want to go through even as far as defense, you can take safeties, in particular strong safeties, put them at linebacker, and you understand that those guys as subpar middle linebackers that transition from safety are going to be dogs because they're in the box type safeties. And you have to realize that guys like Jamal Adams are actually going to be better at linebacker than safety. And he's honestly a really easy guy to get. And that's basically it for that. And what you want to do is, so for like running backs, guys, to be able to determine a good running back and who will break out or not, obviously I don't recommend drafting any actual running back. I don't recommend that. Those guys really don't ever break out. Somebody like Tariq Cohen is definitely decent, but you want to obviously have a good, you want to have a star dev, you want to have a superstar dev, at least a star dev, right, and a young guy. To be able to determine that, guys like Devin Singletary, even like David Montgomery now in recent updates is now hidden. Hidden dev is huge, but you want to go further into hidden dev and look between the lines and see if they are superstar dev, or if they're, you know, star dev, or even superstar X Factor, and that's how you really can determine too if a player is going to break out. But the number one thing too is look for age, obviously. Obviously, number one is age. You want to have a player that's obviously going to have the potential to break out, like an Anthony Miller. Put him in your slot. Put him in positions where he can thrive. That's number one. Number two is players. So you have to think back to other Madden simulations and which guys are consistent in breaking out or not. And that's what's going to get you to the fine line of more and more players break out. And you have to kind of just, you know, slow your roll, kind of, you know, back down, trail back, and understand what players break out. And, you know, number 3 is really, like I was saying, age. You know, age is huge in determining that. And position swaps is another huge one, and how to determine it. And it's really super easy, too, because you'll know because offensive lineman position swaps are one of the main things, and you know, quarterbacks can't do this. Really, running backs can go to fullbacks, but you know, you can't really do that. So you have to understand alignment can be actually huge to thrive in, even though you know they're normal dev. They can become something really, really good. Then you have linebackers who can, you know, rotate to outside, inside, just the base middle linebacker. You can take your strong safety and put him to middle linebacker. You know, they thrive even more, like I was saying from before in Jamal Adams. But those are just a few key things to really look forward to, and how to get more breakout players, and how to determine them, so you don't have so many not breakout players in your franchise. But that's basically going to cover everything today. Really dry Madden content, so I figured I'd come out with a how-to and Madden 20 franchise. But if you guys like this video, make sure you drop a like and a subscribe on this video. That'd be greatly appreciated. But guys, that'll do it for the video, and until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next one.